The four of you are getting ready for quite a party this evening. You're taking the train, heading out of Far Town. Once you get through the gate, it will go from being the endless autumn into actual winter. As you approach that gateway, the air that's coming through from the cold on the other side creates a thick fog covering the entrance. And the professor looks at the fog and becomes a little more fog-like himself.
Oh, no.
Until the fog just rolls over him and he seems to fade out of being.
Get back here! Get back here! You're the one who insisted we do this!
Is he doing that thing again where he stops moving and we don't know where did he go?
Professor? Professor, you around here?
Damn.
I think he's gone.
So mad.
Well, don't get upset.
We're going to a party.
Are we off the train?
Yeah, you had to get off the train to go through the gate.
Only Rachel is upset that the professor, who insisted that we go to this party because of the Legacy or whatever the hell, is now not going to the party. But that feeling of irritation is tempered by the sight of snow.
Snow. Absolutely.
And the imminent inspiration to engage in a snowball fight. So, Defo Malin is catching a snowball.
And she returns the favor by hurling a snowball at you.
Aw.
Snowballs are fun.
So you guys can roll a movement test to see who wins your little snowball fight.
We roll it?
Well, you roll dice to determine the outcome of things, yes?
Okay. Nah. My dice says 8.
Mine says 9.
I hate you.
Aha! Snowball to the face.
Roomies?
Yeah.
There's no teaming up. The professor's gone. This isn't my fault.
I don't think throwing snow at each other is the best idea right now. Y'all supposed to look pretty and attend this party here,
Oh, right. Makeup.
Yeah, you got a smudge. Just, you know what? It'll be fine.
So I have a question. I don't care too much to talk about wardrobe, but I know that the plan had been to have a sweater large enough to fit both Rachel and Malin inside of it.
Yes.
Well, at least this solved that problem.
It did.
Yeah, 3 people, 3 tickets, right?
I guess, huh?
Or invitations, or who's got those anyway?
Oh, I do. I have mine.
So now what am I going to do with this comically oversized sweater?
Well, isn't that your style?
Tie it around your waist.
No, I was going to take it off once we got into the party.
Okay, well, we can still do that.
Like James Bond.
You know what? That gives me an idea. After the party, if you're not using that, that might be good material for my parachute idea. Well, no, I mean after the party. You know what? Never mind.
No, I'm definitely not wearing this anymore. Rachel just it takes the time to struggle. I don't know if any of you guys as kids played with the giant parachute in gym class.
Uh-huh.
And just trying to struggle your way out from under a piece of fabric that's way, way too big for you. It takes Rachel some doing, but she does eventually emerge from her cocoon of trench coat covered sweatshirt material. Trench coat colored, rather. It's like a dim beige color, because that's what color a trench coat you stack people in is. And exactly like James Bond, Rachel is dressed in dress slacks and shiny black shoes and an oversized black sweatshirt with a tuxedo print on it.
What, you didn't have the one with the bikini on it?
For a formal occasion?
I was just wondering.
And I do.
Oh, okay. For the beach.
It's winter. I can't wear that. Obviously.
So you're done with this sweater, yeah?
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
Okay.
You could almost put that on Roger.
Oh, now you give me other ideas.
Warm in it. He would look so warm and snuggly in it.
Oh, can I spray paint kick me on the back first?
Defo.
For sure.
That's a good idea.
The 3 of you arrive at Lord Sebatal's manor.
Oh.
It is this massive structure, at least 3 stories tall, but it's hard to tell exactly the height of it. When you look at the walls of it, they shift and seem to flick up into the night, and the walls are moving similar to how a fire would move, while still being a stone structure.
I bet Roger's gonna be real uncomfortable with this.
Why you figure that?
Well, no, because it will remind him of how very flammable he is.
Oh, right.
One can only hope.
As you guys approach, we draw our first Sooth card of the evening.
Hooray!
And it is the Blind Guardian. It enhances silver magic, and that's placed on the silver sun, so silver magic is doubly effective now, and it diminishes gold magic.
Question. My thingy where I'm best at night is silver magic, isn't it?
If it's passive, don't worry about it.
Okay. It is nighttime, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At very least, night is fast approaching. What time did you guys show up?
I'm in time for cocktails.
Yeah.
Yes, I imagine we showed up early.
I'm not engaging in this entire rigmarole sober.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yeah, cocktails at 6. As you approach, there's a massive wooden door in front of you. And I say door, it's shaped like a door. There's kind of an archway where the door fits in, but there's no handle or knocker or even seam in the door. It doesn't look like it opens. As soon as you walk close to it, a giant set of lips emerge in the wood of it. And it says, "Oh, hello, darlings! Are you here for the party?"
Yes, of course we are. And I hold out my invitation.
And the mouth sticks its tongue out to accept the invitation. This wooden tongue extends.
I give it a snowball.
I apologize for my friend, and I put the invitation on the tongue.
And it slurps it in. Oh, and which of these lovely folks is your +1?
I hate it.
This gentleman over here is with me.
Howdy.
All right, you two, and it stretches its mouth open, and you can see the inside of the party through it.
Okay, bye. Have fun at the party. Rachel out.
What? Where are you going?
I mean, I could probably go catch a movie.
Rachel, we have to go. The professor wants us to do this. And he can't do it himself, because he's disappeared into nowhere.
Ugh.
I mean, you got dressed up and everything. Might as well go on inside.
I do look fucking good. I hand over my +1 card to the thingy. I hate it. I also... Oh, wait. I also have someone else's invitation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right here. Go for it. I do give it a snowball.
I run inside.
It's tricky while it's kind of choking there a little
Yeah.
bit. The mouth is opening and closing rapidly.
I hate it.
It's gonna lock us out. Run!
Oh no. Locked out of the party I didn't want to go to. How awful.
Just assaulted this door.
Oops.
Oh, that's nothing at all. Here, let me help you in. And its lips stretch out to encompass the 3 of you and drag you into the party.
Hate it. No.
Oh, hell. Ugh.
I have a question. Is it damp?
No.
Okay, it's not a real mouth. Hopefully.
Yeah, in fact, it's solid wood from the bits that you made contact with.
Minus the part that's covered in melting snow.
I suppose there is a slight damp spot that was created by only Rachel.
You did that.
Worth it. Very funny. Party pranks.
It was pretty funny.
No, guys, I'm gonna wreck up this place. I think it's only fair that I let you know. This is gonna be disaster, or my name's not only Rachel.
Well, maybe we can keep it a little bit...
Hey.
What?
So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke you broke. Your love life's the away.
Yeah.
From here always.
What is happening here?
You know what? It's a shadow joke, I think.
I'll be there.
Let's go.
If we
There we go.
disassociate with her early, then we
Argument
are going to
avoided.
be a part of the problem.
Well, it's like this. If we keep an eye on her, we may be able to minimize the damage, or we can just walk away and let chaos reign.
I do enjoy a good story.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember that time Malin got robbed? That was the worst.
That was amazing. There were horrible little bat children, and they took a lot of money. Well, I mean, some money. It's fine.
Yeah, here I thought I was strange. I'm in good company, is all I'm saying.
Not all of you guys are strange. Oh, I have a question, and this is me, Kat. This is.
Hello, Cat.
It's hard for me to tell the difference sometimes.
Hi, Cat.
Often.
What did only Rachel tell call 11th Street before he moved out? Because 11th Street is his current address. That's where he got his name from.
That is a very good question.
Roomy.
Yeah,
Roomies.
probably Roomy.
Roomies.
Yeah,
Roomies plural.
Roomies.
Mhm.
That works.
Okay.
Your first interaction was probably him looking for a room and saying that, I don't have a name. You're like, oh, you're roomies now.
Yeah.
Yay! That's appropriate. Yeah, okay. That was something that I wanted to.
So you guys have entered the main area here, and you can see bizarre combinations of folks all over the place. There are several rooms in here, and you can see people walking around with drinks. You can see waiters who don't have distinct faces, and you recognize them as thought forms. But they're carrying around trays of glasses and trays with hors d'oeuvres on them.
Ooh.
Further in, you see a case that's covered with a white sheet that's all roped off. There's some sort of dance floor, there's a buffet, and there's a circle of people who seem to be smoking and chatting.
I think first order of the night is to go and get a beverage. Thoughts?
Yeah. I
The
mean,
man over there has a fish head.
yeah, that sounds good. It's smoking in here, yeah? And 11th Street lights up.
We did not even answer you yet.
He wasn't waiting for a response.
It's not a question.
Nope.
That was a statement.
You head over towards one of the waiters carrying the trays of drinks. They're in fairly ordinary little champagne glasses. Where they get the drinks from, you see this pond in the middle of the floor that seems to be filled with champagne. And as you look at it, some of the champagne is rising up out of there and starting to form a solid frozen champagne base.
Like a pyramid kind of thing?
It's starting to rise like that, yeah.
Well, that's pretty fancy.
But the thought form holds out the tray towards you all, and silently offering you a drink.
I accept the drink, but with my free hand, I ball my free hand up into a fist in a universal.
Oh no.
Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball.
I'll just
Rachel?
take 2 of these. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll just hold off on the cannonball for now. Oh, don't run away with those, please. Thank you.
Oh, I throw the champagne right back. I am in for a long night. The champagne is immediately going back. Grabby lobster hands, more please.
And the thought form doesn't question it for a second and holds the tray back out.
A toast.
A toast to the fact that thought forms don't know why I'm chanting cannonball.
Good as anything.
It's a toast enough, I suppose.
And it gives a little bow and moves along.
I am mixing my metaphors a little.
All right.
That was clearly mission. Don't worry about it. Don't.
I feel like you said James Bond earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, mixing metaphors. Now I get it.
You know what? She just talks to the moon sometimes and it whispers crazy in her ear, and sometimes it just comes on forth.
At least the moon is outside me. Rachel storms off.
Oh,
Ouch.
yeah, I done upset her.
Where do you storm off to?
I mean, there's part of me that says the buffet.
Right.
Because I kind of want to just go hog wild all over this buffet. But the other part of me genuinely just wants to be an agent of chaos here. Do I see our friend Roger at this party?
So this would be the kind of thing that you would roll perception for.
Yeah.
Do you have any applicable skills?
It's
or-
nighttime, so I get +1.
Right. Are you friends from Shadow with the professor?
No, we're rivals.
Right. Malin's friends from Shadow.
Mhm.
Because while your other half there is in Shadow, which he currently is, you have a -1 to everything you attempt.
Wonderful.
Great. So I can spend one of these for thingies.
Right, to get +1. On top of the +1 from the moon.
But he's a tree, so I figure...
And in order to roll the second die, you would need to spend Sortilege. Normally you just roll 1 die, your mundane die,
Okay.
and then add whatever bonuses to it. If you want to spend Sortilege, you can roll a magic die as
Oh,
well.
I understand. So I'm rolling this
Looking
and
around-
adding 1 to it.
Yes, unless you spend a Benny to add a second.
Okay. Bleh. 6. Roger's a very big boy.
Yeah, so I'll say that he has a penalty to this, because normally it wouldn't have worked.
Roger's a big boy.
He's a tree indoors. He should be not that difficult a spot.
There's a lot of weird people around here, but you do spot the towering form of Roger. He doesn't seem too dressed up for the occasion, but he does have a little tie on. No other clothing.
Does Roger have a date?
So you do see him with someone. He's chatting with a person who's mostly human, but all of their clothes seem to be made of bark, but still flow like normal clothes.
Oh, wow, Roger.
And they seem to be having a spirited conversation. You can approach if you want to figure out what's going on.
I can and will.
You come up to the two of them. You catch what seems to be a quiet argument. Roger seems quite upset about something that's been going on in the Enchanted Forest. He seems to be taking it up with this person.
Oh, dear. Roger! My goodness, look at you.
He turns slowly and creaks a little as he goes. Who are you again?
Oh, Roger, how could you? How could you? Have you been drinking? Roger.
And you can actually see at the base of him, some of his roots have gone out into little wine glasses.
Never mind, it's a party. No, my roomies were my roomies before they were your next door neighbors.
Oh, you're friends with Mr. Street.
Yeah, we met when I helped him move in. I haven't seen you in ages. I was worried about you in this winter weather, but you look as healthy as ever.
Yes, well, it's always fall in the forest. If you'll excuse me, and the lady standing with him said, no, you two go ahead and catch up. I'll just toddle off.
Oh dear.
And Roger seems a little put out and looks back to you. So how did you get an invitation here?
Some weirdo sent it to me. Got no idea. Don't even want to do it. Hey, what's that over there? Ooh, is that bacon? I'm just gonna... Rachel just kind of reaches past him, grabs some food. Bye!
Tree blocked again.
When you reach over, it was another thought form with a little tray of hors d'oeuvres, and just reach over and grab a couple. But in your hand, the little hors d'oeuvres are moving around, and they are living creatures who seem to be, like, one of them is a pig in the blanket, and it's holding a little toothpick, and it seems to be jousting with a mini quiche.
I can't.
And then the pig in the blanket stabs the mini quiche with the toothpick.
Oh, that's murder.
And the mini quiche falls over, ready to eat, with a toothpick sticking out of it. And the pig in the blanket hops off your hand and toddles away.
I guess this is what happens to the losers. And Rachel just kind of solemnly devours the mini quiche. Like, this is a hard world we live in. Survival of the fittest. Laws of nature, right, Roger? She claps him on the back.
It makes a little thunk as you hit what might be a hollow section of him. And you do know that his chest is hollow on the inside.
Yeah, because that's where Erish lives.
Yeah, that's where Erish lives. So cutting over to Malin and 11th Street, what are you guys up to?
Good question.
Well, I imagine we watch the champagne pyramid a little bit longer.
Yeah, and you can go ahead and roll perception for me if you want.
Do I have to spend it before, or do I have to spend it after?
So there are two ways you can spend Bene. You can spend it before to get a +1.
Okay.
Or you can spend it after to get an improved effect.
Okay. Let's not. So, I guess 5, because my beloved friend is in shadow.
The form you're seeing, it's definitely not a pyramid. It started to form a little base, and then it's branched off into two smaller sections. And you're not quite sure what it's forming yet, but it's definitely not a pyramid.
Alright. So, the people watching here is something spectacular. A little bit, Malin is also looking around for her neighbors to see if they've also come, because she knew at least one of them got an invitation. She might be looking around for Mr. Potato.
This is me trying to silently mime Dracula.
Yes, I said neighbors, plural.
I'm telling Terrence that.
Ah, yes.
You knew what I was doing because you saw me.
Bizarre. And then, is there a clock anywhere?
Yeah, you can see a big clock hanging up on one of the walls. You can see from there that the time is currently 6:30.
Alright. So I drink down my second champagne. Let's go see what they have to eat in this bizarre castle? House? Manor? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what it is either, but food sounds like a good idea.
The answer is murder.
The two of you head over to the buffet. And when you get there, there are plates laid out, and there's a whole row of trays with little labels on them. But you don't see any food inside any of them. When you take a look at it, they're labeled with things like rain on a tin roof, the sound of rolling thunder, that vacuum sound when your boot is stuck in the mud.
I stare at the sound buffet and then lean into Rolling Thunder.
And you do hear this little booming, and you can hear it trail off.
Oh my, that's delightful. I wonder if you can do they have scoops somewhere? Can I take a scoop of that?
Yeah, there are little scoops set aside, and you take a scoop and you put it out on a plate.
Yes.
When you do, the sound becomes very vibrant. You can really hear, it sounds like the boom is traveling along. And you don't feel as hungry anymore.
Wonderful. I'm not quite sure how it works, but this one is I guess delicious is the wrong word.
Can I put my hand on, like, the side of the container, the plate, whatever, and
Sure.
feel if it's, like, vibrating?
It's not.
Huh. You say it's good?
I enjoy this one.
You know what? I'll just take a little bit of a couple of them and see what I get.
Mix them together.
It's the Beatles!
Cacophony!
Yeah, I made a hurricane.
You start out and you find that it was divided into something of sections, and you guys were at a rain-themed section of the buffet. When you travel to some other ones, you get things like the sound of the harp playing note C. And there's just all kinds of sounds. Some of them are pleasant and soothing, and you identify that section as the desserts. Whereas others of them are more full sounds, like the rolling thunder you would...
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a song.
You might be able to make a song if you mix the right things together.
Oh, yeah. Playing with my food, that sounds like a good idea.
I there's a Garth Brooks song.
That's just where I was headed.
Hey, have any of you guys seen a pig in a blanket go by here? He's wanted for murder.
Only Rachel, is that you?
Yes.
Where are you?
But now I'm Sheriff Only Rachel.
You're hunting a what?
He's about this tall, and he's made of a sausage, and he's wrapped up in pastry, and he has killed, and he will kill again. So I do need to catch him.
He sounds delicious. Let's catch him.
She's looking for that doughboy feller.
Oh, I've seen him.
Yeah.
No, not the Pillsbury Doughboy. That's not real.
Oh, right. Shadow. Sorry. I mean, he does sound delicious, though.
You're such a Ross.
Oh, fuck you for that one, Kat. That was good.
No, I watched him murder a quiche.
What happened to the evidence?
Oh, I did eat it. Survival of the fittest.
Well, then he's not a murderer. If there's no evidence, what are you going to...
Eyewitness
convict
testimony
him
is
with?
evidence. And I'm judge, jury,
You're-
executioner, and witness.
Judge, Judy, and executioner? Who is she here? Right, Shadow.
I'm trying to prosecute a murder here. You guys are no help. I'm gonna...
It sounds like
Roger
a
says hi.
pretty
Oh.
loaded, court case.
You didn't speak to Roger, did you?
Oh, yeah. No, he hated it.
Well, he hates everything,
I
so
know.
that's not a real surprise.
I know. He was talking to somebody important about something he hated in his district. And then I showed up and the important person fucked off.
What?
He was so mad.
Important person?
Yeah.
Just who was this?
Somebody cosplaying as a tree. I don't know.
Cosplaying as a tree.
Tree beard or whatever.
What in the hell?
Oh, I made
Like-
Roger so mad.
Big tree, little tree?
I mean, people sized.
Leafy tree or
No, just
like a
no
bush?
cosplay.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, sometimes you really want to show everyone at the convention how much you like Naruto. So,
No one has ever done that. So, like what Erish does. Eric?
Oh,
Shish?
you mean a disguise.
I guess, yeah. Sure, whatever. But definitely it was...
Disguise.
I don't know, the suit looked like bark or whatever, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, so it was like a dress.
I mean, I said the word suit, but sure.
You also said the word cosplay, which I don't think is a word.
God, you're such a chimp.
In real life, you're not wrong.
No, I know. I absolutely know.
You guys have
I'm
gone...
the Joey.
You're the Phoebe.
Compliment taken. Thank you.
You guys have gone and done your own thing and reunited, and we're going to draw a new Sooth card.
I gotta find that fucking big blanket.
The Mysterious Rune.
Ooh.
This one will enhance red magic and diminish blue.
It's a good party card.
It's a pretty good party card for this particular party.
I mean, if by party you mean Eyes Wide Shut style sex cult, then the person on this card is defo. Dressed for a party.
Oh my.
Yes.
Question mark?
I don't know what kind of Eyes Wide Shut style sex parties you go to, but...
There's a lot less clothing than that, I'm pretty sure. You mean in the
you
general
show
ones?
up in the robes, and then you do the... I don't have time to explain Eyes Wide Shut style sex cults to you, Lisa. We're trying to record a game.
The Mysterious Rune.
Oh, right. The game.
The mysterious room may be where we have the legacy item hidden.
Exactly. It pretty directly points towards the legacy item.
Ooh.
When this comes up, while you guys are talking, you see the little pigs in a blanket, complete with his murder weapon toothpick,
Oh, you little...
running off towards where the legacy item is currently under the cover.
Get back here, you!
Was that the culprit?
Absolutely!
And he runs.
Stop in the name of the law, probably!
He runs far under one of the little ropes, keeping everybody further away, and sees you on the other side of it, and does a little dance and waves his little toothpick at you.
Does he have any siblings? Because he looks delicious.
I don't know. I only ate the quiche.
Where'd you get real food from? Have you tried this thunder?
I don't know.
And
There
I
was a
pulled out
waiter?
the plate. I have some left.
No, I'm good. I don't like stormy weather.
I suppose.
Thank you, though.
There's a dessert table just off to the side.
Oh,
You
that
should
sounds good. But do you know what the sweetest dish is?
Swedish dish?
Swedish meatballs.
Yep.
That is the Swedish dish.
No, what I mean is justice. What I mean, the sweetest of dishes, which I can say, words I can say with my mouth, is justice. And I'm gonna get that little fucker if it's the last thing I do.
Well, you'll get us kicked out.
Yeah,
It might
dance
be.
all you want, you little pork bastard. I am going to get you for what you did.
And it sticks its little toothpick into the sheet covering the thing and starts climbing.
Wow, he really wanted to live.
That's great. So did that quiche.
I mean, not that badly. You ate it.
Survival of the fittest.
Then why are you so upset about him?
Just because the victim was delicious doesn't mean it wasn't a murder.
I mean, the perpetrator looks delicious also. So
Yeah.
it's not that I'm not on board with you.
Then stop asking
I'm
questions.
just wondering if survival of the fittest, this thing you keep shouting at this creature, is a thing, then why are you upset of him for being the survivor? And
Well,
also, we could form an army of quiche.
Melon, the world is full of crime doers. This city is sick with crime doers.
I know.
As I look out
encountered
over
them the
this
other day.
city, my city, at the nighttime, because I'm the night, and I'm also fear, and I see all the crime doers,
The coon.
and I watch them do their crime. The problem is that, unlike Bruce Wayne, I am very tiny and don't know any martial arts. So now that I've witnessed a crime doer who is smaller than me, I must kill and eat him.
Doesn't that constitute a crime, though? Wait, so you just watch people commit crimes?
I mean, sometimes I can't do anything about it. It's a Batman thing.
She is stuck all the way up in that big
Yeah.
mailbox.
I suppose.
You watch over the city from on high, and you're silhouetted against the moon, and you watch the crime doers, and you think about how dirty your city is.
Crime doers? Grizz selling
The ones
delicious
who,
tea?
that's not a crime. His tea is excellent. Also, Grizz isn't a crime doer. He's the best.
I know.
I'm just
that was
saying
the point I was making.
That the city is a dark and dirty place, full of crime and misery, and criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot. And
I think he's made it all the way to the top.
And he has, and he's waving his little toothpick in your direction.
is it close enough to the ropes that I can get him without?
You're kind of short, so I don't think you can reach from here. Maybe if you really push and stretch.
Or get someone bigger than me to help me.
You don't look at me. You ain't
Please.
deputizing me for none of your crazy.
This isn't crazy. This is justice.
I mean, little feller looks perfectly happy.
Did people call Superman crazy when he decided to launch a space station that could watch the entire planet and fire an orbital laser and move there with his friends?
Who's a what now?
I was going to say, who are all these? I assumed you would know.
What? I don't know. It's that moon thing talking to her again.
At this point, you can go ahead and make me a dodge roll. It's based off of movement.
I roll this, and I am going to spend a sortilege because, unlike this horrible little pork man, I am some kind of sorcerer.
You don't know that. Maybe he's a cool
So you
person
roll that
too.
second die? Yeah?
And I add 1
Oh,
to
yes.
which die?
Both.
Both die
So,
are increased by
sorry.
1.
You have a venture of 1. Tell me whatever shows up on the die. And so you tell me what your venture is, and you tell me whatever shows up on the die.
Okay, so this one says 6, but I have a venture of 1.
Okay.
It's nighttime. This one says 2, but it's nighttime. I'll get it.
So what has happened here is his little toothpick has gone lobbing out towards you. And it just kind of bounces off and doesn't do anything. But
That's assault. I saw it.
Too bad eyewitness testimony isn't evidence, Malin.
I said it's not evidence if you ate the evidence. Eyewitness testimony still counts, obviously.
When the evidence is that I saw it happen.
Why don't we just catch him now?
Yeah,
Can't reach.
you better start running there, buddy.
I mean, that's assault. You can eat him now. I think. That's how law works.
Malin, can you get him?
I can't. He seems to be animate. Otherwise, I would have.
Horrible. Your use of spells is, as always, monstrous. But I just meant with your longer arms than mine. I'm assuming Malin is taller than only Rachel. Because I've kind of gone on the record as saying only Rachel is pretty short.
Malin is probably, like 5'6", 5'7", so a reasonable height. I mean, he's clearly taller. Okay, now you have to get him. He assaulted your friend.
Yeah, defend my honor, roomies.
Oh, hell. Yeah, you know what? How about you go get some more refreshments and I'll have a conversation with our mutual little pal here.
Okay.
Okay, good. I wave over and like, can you come here?
He comes
Nice
only
and
to
tall.
the edge of the top of the case. It actually doesn't look like without the toothpick he has a way down.
Oh, do you need a lift there, little feller?
You can make an interaction roll.
Perfect.
Do you have any skills related to this?
Don't.
I do.
No, I don't. But I do have a decent interaction.
All right.
So maybe I'll spend one. That is a 9 on the die.
9 with a venture of 1. It looks over at you and at your extended hand. Alright, and it hops into your hand.
Oh, okay. Listen there, little feller. Those two ladies that were just here a moment ago, try not to get on their bad side. They're, particular about... You know what? It's just best if you don't mess with them.
And the little appy nods along.
Yeah, sorry, you're like wait staff or something here. You want me to put you down, or you want me to sneak you out? You're not like...
And
What?
it straightens out a little bit in response to this.
Are you a prisoner here?
It doesn't seem to know what to do.
I mean, I can tuck you in my pocket and sneak out later if that's what you want. Just give me like a nod.
Yeah, it shakes its little hot dog head.
I hate it so much. So
Best interaction since the potato.
it's so good.
I will use Object Arcanum then.
What does that do?
Hide an object that I can hold in one hand. It basically it just vanishes and no one can find it.
All right.
It costs 1 sortilege, is it? Or
Sorcery. The little wrapped sausage there just vanishes as it disappears into your pocket.
Okay.
Technically, I don't even need a pocket to use that. I can just hide it.
It's horrible.
So I imagine we come back with at least 3 drinks.
Actually, I've gone to the bathroom.
Okay, I come back with 3 drinks. 2 are for me.
Now, is the
is that for
bathroom
me?
like
Yes.
an
Thank you.
institutional multi-stall affair, or like a one-person you can
Trough.
close the door?
So this is a one person you can close the door kind of thing.
Great. Because I do get out some chalk and immediately start drawing a magic circle upon the floor of the bathroom, because I am
Very
going to
nice.
summon something. I mean, a Satan is probably too many. Part of all of the bullshit that Rachel has been doing is because Rachel is extremely uncomfortable about meeting the weirdo who's always watching her, which is an upsetting proposition. One of the things that, as a goetic, she can ask a spirit to do is guard.
Very good.
So she is going to summon a spiritual guardian.
So you will summon... Sorry, you pick what type of thing you want to
Yeah,
summon.
I've been thinking about that.
And then you need to convince it to help you.
Yes, and there are many ways you can do that. With lies and tricks, or with money.
Are you guarding the bathroom with it, though?
No. I'm just doing that in case this goes wrong and it decides it wants to murder me.
Gotcha.
It's just good for him.
Yeah.
It's just good for him.
I trust you.
I'm busy in here! Don't eat the quiche. I feel like a demon is a bad choice here, right? Morally?
Well, we'll let you think on that for a minute and we'll jump back to the other two.
So, Malin, 4 drinks in now.
Oh yeah, you've just been continually grabbing them.
3.5. She's still got one in her hand.
That's my girl.
I guess you can make a physicality roll.
Malin.
Oh no! Stupid professor. Damn 3!
Oh, right. That's a shame. 4 would have done it.
Damn professor!
Cat's fists ball up and you can tell she's about to start chanting.
So, you're drunk. And part of it is related to the absence you feel when the professor isn't in this world anymore. That threw you off your game a little bit.
Yep.
And then the booze threw you off the game a lot.
She might have been drinking entirely because of this awkward thing, like, not an outgoer, and the professor's whole plan was to be here, so now it's like...
Just calming those nerves.
Yep, just calming.
You feeling okay there, man?
I'm feeling wonderful.
Yeah, it looks like. Is that drinks for me?
One of them was.
It's all right. I can fetch my own. Thank you.
What happened to the little pig man?
Oh, we had a conversation, came to an understanding, and I think he's retired for the night.
So if only Rachel asks, justice happened.
Yeah, he's been fired, I guess.
Wonderful.
He's gonna be fired if I catch him, by which I mean grilled.
I mean, I think he's already cooked, but whatever.
I'm sorry, you guys have gone to a party and decided to free the hors d'oeuvres.
No, my decision was to enact justice on the hors d'oeuvres.
Welcome to Invisible Sun.
Yeah, this is Invisible Sun for you. I think I'm going with a nature spirit.
All right.
I'm going with a nature spirit. Ideally something kind of like arboreal or fall related. Because that's like...
Roger.
That's a... No.
I thought you were going to summon a water spout out of the toilet.
That'd be real good, but... No, I've got some leaves from home that I stuffed into the front pocket of my hoodie. Because I was anxious, and I guess that's at least one way that Rachel deals with this. And so I put those in the center and summon a nature spirit, a tree spirit.
So this is our first goetic summoning here. And I believe the first step, since you don't know the name of a nature spirit yet, first up is there's a roll to actually summon it. Let's see. Do you have any related skills for summoning?
I have persuasion.
That will matter in the second step.
Okay. I also have understanding people's motives in wrangling children.
Then the question is, what level of spirit do you want? You can go up to 3. It's more difficult for a more powerful spirit.
Oh, I see. There is a trade-off, huh? But I mean, 1 isn't going to do a great job guarding. You know what? I'm actually going to... Okay, spy is listed as the goetic commands a being to go forth and return with information about events that it can observe firsthand. Can it do that in reverse?
How do you mean?
Can I tell the spirit to, if something goes wrong, go and tell someone? And have that qualify as spy?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to summon a level 1, nature spirit, and I'm going to do that.
Okay, so step 1, you need to roll for the summoning.
Okay.
You have a bonus from the moon.
Moon.
So you don't actually need to roll. The challenge was only 1.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the challenge is the level of the spirit.
Okay.
What does the nature spirit look like?
From the chest down, it looks like a pixie. Like it has slight little humanoid frame and wings.
Yeah.
Although the wings are made of big old fallen leaves. But the shoulders and up is just a tangle of twigs from which 3 distinct baby bird heads poke out.
The spirit appears, and the The leaves flap and crackle a little bit as they go. And the 3 little bird heads turn towards you. You know, hello, oh, hello.
Hello. Hello, little friends.
Why have you summoned us?
I'm about to, I don't know, maybe be in some danger or whatever.
Oh, dear.
I know. So how you doing over there,
Fine.
champ?
It's amazing.
So, I need somebody very quick and very smart and very trustworthy to go get my neighbor if something bad happens to me.
Oh, so, where is your neighbor?
Well, my house is the big old mailbox in Fartown.
Mm-hmm.
And my neighbor Grizz lives next door to that, and he drives a tiny tea truck.
He sounds charming.
He's also very, very big and strong.
Oh.
Yes. Excellent.
So because this is level 1 spirit, and you have the bonus from the moon and the bonus from persuasion, it will agree to help you.
Yay!
You kept the challenge real low, and you have bonuses.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that you do know about your summoning is that it will only stay here for an hour. After which, whatever energy you use to summon it, it goes back to where it had been previously.
The thingy happens at 7, right?
7:30 is the unveiling.
We're shortly past 6:30 at this point, I figure, because we've spent a lot of time digging around.
Yeah, this would last until after the unveiling.
Okay. I can just insist on, we're only here for that. Okay, all right. What can I call you, tiny friend?
You may call us Kira.
Pleasure to meet you, Kira. I'm only Rachel. And Rachel kind of cleans up her summoning circle because Kira is pretty harmless.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with another admonition to anybody outside not to have the quiche, goes to rejoin her friends.
And there is a bit of a lineup because it takes 10 minutes to draw your
It does,
circle.
yeah, it definitely takes 10 minutes.
So I assume only Rachel returns to find us, where I'm asking you... So, only Rachel was talking about mini quiche. Have you seen any that sounds pastry-filled? And also, I'm ever so slightly... Hello, you're back!
Malin, the pastry's on the outside of a quiche. The filling's made of eggs. Gimme that. Gimme.
No, it's mine.
They are not both yours.
Well, one of them's already gone. I mean, you can have this empty cup if you'd like.
I can go get you another one if you want.
I would appreciate that. Thank you. Kira, would you like some?
Oh, yes, please.
Need that too?
Oh my,
Can all
that's
three of you-
adorable.
Yes, 1 cup will be fine.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
So, ever so slightly drunk Malin sidles over to only Rachel. So, have you seen your, letter sender yet? No one's made contact?
Don't worry.
Wink.
I'm ready for
She
them.
says wink out loud.
And she kind of eyes the empty glass that you put into her hand. Don't worry, I'm ready.
And I totally miss it and go, wonderful! Good, I suppose.
Yeah, criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot.
Ah, yes, on that note, 11th Street, dealt with. The, small pig man? Hors d'oeuvre? Blankets? Something. It's gone now.
Malin,
Hello.
how many times did you go to the champagne?
2. Only 2.
Okay, alright, I'm doing some math and that makes 4.
That sounds like sound math.
I'm very good at math.
You were a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
Drinks?
Oh, thank you.
Why, thank you! She takes
When you
another.
had gone back to the champagne pond,
Mhm.
you had seen that it started to form up higher than it had been before. It seems to be the bottom of a creature. It seems to be turning into something.
Do I recognize it at all?
You can make an intelligence roll.
Intellect roll?
Yeah, and if you have any related skills.
Is it
Hell no.
erotic at all?
This...
Is it erotic at all? Do you need to roll to see if...
Do you roll erotica?
Eroticism is not one of my skills yet, but
Cast
I'll look
level
into
3
that.
Eroticism?
Excellent.
Yeah, exactly. Nope, this is not 11th Street's forte, so... 5?
That's enough. When this is done refreezing, it will be an ice sculpture of a swan.
Oh, hey, that champagne pond thing, I think it's gonna be some sort of bird.
I love birds.
Like the ones with the long neck. What are they called again?
Ostriches.
No, too big. Little.
Emus.
No, like shorter.
Cassowaries.
Crane.
Yeah, that's close.
Secretary birds?
What in the hell is that?
Booby.
Boobies don't have that long a
They
neck.
don't. They have really weird feet, though.
You sure you need another drink, Malin?
Well, I already have one, so yes.
Heron.
You know what? Forget it. Next time we walk
A
by,
duck!
you can... Bigger than a duck. I know what a fucking duck looks like, Malin.
Clearly you don't know that much about birds. I don't think you get to be snitty about this.
I know what a duck is. Presumably they have ducks in,
Yes.
Actuality? Okay, good.
Okay, so it's not
Actually.
a duck.
Nope, bigger than that.
So it's like a duck, but it's bigger.
But they're all white.
Goose.
Nope, I don't think that's quite it. You know, if you just want to follow me...
I do look at it.
Okay, and you can tell with the description that's been given that it's definitely going to be a swan.
You super don't know what a swan is.
Oh, right, I just forgot.
That's obviously not a cassowary, knob.
What in the hell?
It's clearly a crane. What is it that delivers babies?
That's a stork.
Stork. That's the other one. That's the one I was
It's
thinking.
delivering champagne, Malin.
Is this bird? And I hold up my
Oh wow, you're not. Whoa, you're doing a lot of boost tonight.
I don't get out a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There's a lot of people here.
We just have to keep it together for a little while longer here,
Right.
girls.
I'd heard that like pastries or bread things would help with so much booze.
That's a good idea. Yeah, get something in your stomach.
Where's that little pig man?
Oh, he's gone for the night. I took care of him.
So you go hunting for the waiter with the hors d'oeuvres?
Yes.
I'm gonna follow Malin because this is hilarious. I mean, to help.
Of course.
I'm following to make sure that they don't get into too much trouble.
As a group, you go hunting down this waiter, and you see him over at the circle where people are smoking or chatting previously.
Good idea.
I found your people, 11th Street.
I let up.
You just.
And one of the voices from over this is, "Oh, are you a fan of Tales as well?"
Pardon?
I'm really more a Knuckles fan myself.
Does the sound of a facepalm come through, Terrence? Is that...
Yeah, no, I'm seeing
Yeah,
it on the
I think that one
waveform.
worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I think
seeing
that'll
it.
work.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have been worse. I could have said Rouge of the Bat.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
Sorry, Tails? Who?
Oh, we are
Pumpkin Hill. Sorry.
we're sharing stories,
Stories! I love
Oh.
stories! Where's that waiter?
and he is. As soon as you say, "Where's that waiter?" he just walks over to you and holds over the plate, and you can see a little war going on with all these little things trying to stab each other with toothpicks.
I pick up a corpse that's on there, and I eat it. I take another one. From the other side, to even it out.
This is a
Yeah.
cruel world we live in. Oh, I'm going to help Kira get to a shoulder away from 11th Street.
Oh, thank you.
I imagine that the smoking is making Kira nervous. Yeah, me too.
There are 3 heads to cough.
Me too.
I only have 1 to make the sound, though, so it's very hard.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm helping. I'm helping do the podcast.
You were talking about stories. I love stories. What kind of stories?
Well, we've been exchanging stories from expeditions to the different suns.
You can go to them?
Oh, yes. You didn't hear. Lord Sebitol acquired this artifact from the Blue Sun.
I had no idea where it came from. That sounds wonderful.
Do you have any idea what exactly is under that display up front?
Oh, no idea yet, but I'm excited to find out. It shouldn't be too much longer now. Only 25 minutes or so.
Sounds good.
Rachel takes a sip of her champagne. I hear
that there's a man who comes from the red sun and is currently living in the yellow sun, and this gives him immense power. Immense power. Which, I mean, he mostly uses to fight evil with his good friends. Have you heard of anything like that?
I'm sorry, do you mean the Gold Sun?
It might be the Gold Sun, yeah. I don't know. All I know is that one of his friends is a member of the Green Lantern Corps, and I think that's a Green Sun thing.
I think you may be confused.
Martian Manhunter is there, too. He's the best one.
I was so worried Lisa was gonna do all the pop culture references, and so far they're all me.
You were super convinced it was going to be me.
I was 100%.
I mean, I did shout a duck earlier. But...
I was preemptively scolding you before. Nope.
So they kind of stare blankly for a moment because they don't seem to make the association. While they're looking over, one of them pops up and says, "Oh, you're the person who lives in the book, yes?"
I am. That's my book. It's a pop-up on the inside.
Oh, you live right next door to that potato.
I do. He's a charming fellow.
Oh my!
Oh no. Why? What have you heard?
There have been rumors that he was once found next to a severed human ear.
What?
And then that voice comes in and says, "Nah, that's nothing. You see, the reason he has that big house, he has the rights to potatoes. All potatoes everywhere have to pay him royalties.
All potatoes?
All the potatoes."
Yeah, I mean, it would just be a couple cents off every, large fries, but it adds up.
Oh, fuck.
What? He's such a charming fellow. I mean, as far as I know, I've never seen anyone go to his house. What? A severed human? No.
I hear he's wanted for the robbery of the Blockbuster.
What?
I heard that too.
That's down... What?
Yeah.
That's down the street from my house also. What? Him? Really? Interesting. Sounds amazing. What a cool story.
I suppose it is. You have a very, very positive attitude for living next to such a questionable character.
I mean, he is a less questionable of our neighbors, to be honest.
What, you mean the Dracula?
If indeed he is a Dracula.
I mean, he says he's a Dracula. He professes it loudly. At night, only.
Yeah, what he also professes loudly is, "Oh, I can't cross running water, 'cause I'm a real vampire and we can't do that. Hey everybody, I'm stuck at the water fountain." Fuck.
He does sound exactly like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm very good at impressions.
I wonder who that lady was at his house the other night.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, you people were telling stories. I would like to hear some. That would be delightful.
Drunk Melon is even more of a gossip than usual.
One time, you opened someone's mail one time.
You what?
No. What?
The one who peeks up here seems to be, and you're familiar with this as one of the three major races that exist in this. The person who pops up that is just the outline of a person. Through them, you can see a totally different place. And pops up, and without a mouth or any part of a person there, it seems to be like a two-dimensional cutout of a different place. Says, "Oh, what did it say?"
Well, he asked me to open it, and it was actually just the invitation to here.
"Oh, I see. Have you accompanied the potato?"
I haven't. I asked him if he'd like to go, but he did not respond favorably.
He was busy, it turns out.
Although
Paperwork, was it?
I'm learning so many things about him now. Maybe I can use that to talk to him a bit more.
And the portal kind of walks over to you
I'm dying.
and says, "Well, I would love to hear more, but I think the rest of the group here is ready to move on. Would you tell me more on the dance floor?"
I would.
No, get that.
And I hand over my last beverage.
Good girl. Now I have 3 of them.
How do you hold them?
I'm armed to the teeth.
We can hold one.
Thank you. You're the best.
Actually, I have 4 because one of them is their drinking. They defo can't hold 2.
No, but I think that they dropped their glass after they were done with it.
Fuck yeah. A nature spirit after my own heart, considering that I was considering spiking these fuckers like a football. So I've got the 2 empty ones in one hand, just like with the stems between my fingers, and the full one that I'm drinking of is in my hand like a normal glass.
So I've forgotten all about the conversation, my drink, all of that stuff. After seeing the little war of the hors d'oeuvres play, I have gone to find utensils, probably a knife and a spoon, and maybe some other sorts of food if there's like nuts around, something with like a hard shell. I want to start whittling like a little suit of armor for one of the guys. He's gonna be my champion. He's gonna win this thing. You got this grand tourney? Oh yeah.
Are you going to pull out only Rachel's rival and then, like, arm him up and set him to lead his people?
Maybe. But yes, I'm making a tiny, like, knight suit and maybe, like, a lance or a halberd or something fun. just whittling away, like, lost my own world.
That's amazing.
What do I have to roll for that?
You know what? I think it just works.
Nice.
I like it too much to have it fail.
It doesn't have to be fancy, it's just gotta be effective.
The worst.
How could you
You
possibly
know, like,
hate it?
a little walnut helmet and, yeah.
Spoon shield.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that would be a good
Bend the
idea.
spoon around.
Yeah, just bend it up.
So, 11th Street is busy whittling something.
Boring. Not interested.
Malin is walking off with a portal person to go dancing.
Hilarious. Interested.
Are you headed that way? Where are you? Where are you, Rachel?
That's a very good question.
I definitely don't want any more of this gruesome food. It's nightmarish. I think I do want to watch what occurs with my very wasted friend and the outline man, but I do need to be very stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I am dressed like a super spy.
Do.
Yeah. Well, again, Mission Impossible. I do start humming Snake Eater, and I don't think it occurs to Rachel in that particular moment. That's not a Bond song, it's a parody of a Bond song from, the best Metal Gear song. Nope, that's not what this is about. What this is about is what a thrill with darkness and silence through the night it is to be stalking my friend.
Well, if you want to be stealthy, you need to make a movement roll.
10.
You mean a 0?
No, I mean 9 plus
9 with
1.
a venture of 1.
Because I am the knight.
Very good.
Yes, Darkwing.
No, Batman, we've already had this conversation.
What?
No, you
Darkwing
are
is
definitely
way better.
Darkwing.
Also, he's right.
Let's get dangerous then, assholes.
You
So-
already tried that.
You're trying to avoid the notice of people as you head towards the dance floor.
Yeah.
And that's difficult because, you're in some relatively open spaces, especially as you approach the dance floor. It's not exactly, not exactly a lot of spots to
The
hide
periphery
there.
of the dance floor is where all the awkward people are.
Yes.
So I'm going to blend in with them, even though I am not. And I'm just going to watch this play out
Definitely not
from
awkward.
the shadows.
As you arrive at the dance floor, I say dance floor.
Oh,
But-
no.
Oh, shit.
No.
Yay, it's a new
What-
club.
What you see, there appears to be an orchestra playing. As they play, the notes emerge from their instruments and turn into these kind of bubbles and float up above you. And you can see up above is the dance floor. Everyone is dancing on the bubbles projected by the orchestra. Your friend takes your hand and walks over to one of the bubbles and says, "Are you ready?"
I suppose so.
A little music note comes by, and the portal hooks an arm around it, and both of you start floating up towards the dance floor.
Oh my. This is amazing.
I see.
When you float up there, I'm sorry, sometimes I forget the customs of humans. You may call me Ben.
Ah, wonderful. My name is Malin.
Well, Malin, it is a pleasure to meet you. Is Malin a good dancer?
In that sort of, you dance around the house when you're eating kind of way.
No.
So, I mean,
So
a
no.
little bit, but it's also like, she has no concept of socially responsible dancing, I guess.
Which is probably made a lot worse by the fact that you are drunk.
And bubbles.
And bubbles. So can you dance? Yes, wildly. As you guys rise to the dance floor, I'm going to draw us a new Sooth card.
What card is it?
The Whispering Lover.
Oh, that's my thingy.
This one is going to enhance gray magic and diminish indigo magic.
Swan is my good buddy because I'm an empath. That's right. Am not socio, but here we go.
As you rise, and the song that took you up there had quite a pace to it, and it suited you pretty well to essentially flail around on the dance floor.
Something like that.
Later, the music shifts to something a little slower.
And now I'm just hoping that my new friend Ben will lead. Because I have no idea.
Roll as if you say that out loud, you drunk. You fucking lush. How did you fall for my baiting like that?
Yes, I can, but do make a movement roll.
Yeah, make a
Movement dance.
I want to impress my new friend. So
you spend a bene?
I spend a bene. And I roll a 9. Minus
nice.
1, because the stupid professor is gone. Plus 1, so 9.
So that's great. It's a little bit awkward dancing with the portal, because any kind of pressure you put on them, you start to slide through to a totally different place.
Oh, how spooky.
It's a very light touch.
I was going to say, I was picturing it as like one of those like really old-fashioned dances where they kind of like come together and then touch hands and then sort of move apart and touch hands. But
And that works out pretty well with Bend, because too much contact doesn't work. You can't really make contact with Bend, at least not that much. While the two of you are up there dancing, down on the ground level, where only Rachel is hiding along the wall, glancing at the people up above, one of the thought forms comes up to you, and it's not holding a tray full of things, despite the fact that I mimed that, so I filled in the audience to why I was saying those things.
We mime a lot of shit. I'm sorry for that, you guys.
Terrence.
Like all of my Dracula mimes, you missed that, and it was very good. It was good audio.
Terrence, you've seen Cat, fill in the blanks.
That's fucking true. That's I think the one true Terrence is definitely knows what this all looks like.
So the blurred-faced thought form comes up towards you and gestures to you in the dance floor.
She does consider smashing the glasses and using them as a knife. I'm not putting these down, but okay.
And gently takes your hand and walks over towards where the bubbles are coming out and waits for you to make a grab for one of the notes.
Okay, I'm grabbing a note.
All right.
This will enable me to better... This is fucking weird. This is... I realize on my way up to Malin that, like, the waiters don't want to do stuff. They don't have the capacity to want to do stuff. Their thought forms, they don't... Glad I'm keeping my knives. I mean, champagne glasses. They're not knives until I break them. But I'm prepared for that.
Rachel goes to a party and arms herself with shanks.
People kept handing me empty glasses without realizing what I'm capable of. Despite my long speech comparing myself to the Batman. Nobody thought I was dangerous. I'll show them. I'll show them fucking small person syndrome. I'll show them Napoleon complex. I'll show them all.
You ride up, and the thought form just starts dancing with you. It's silent and tries to follow your lead.
Yeah, that's for the best. I'm definitely, like, very suspiciously gauging this situation. Now we go this way.
And it just moves along. It doesn't seem to have anything, any ulterior motive to being here.
This is weird.
Malin!
I look over at only Rachel.
Malin! Remember, if you fall off the bubble, your friend can't save you because you will fall right through. And you're drunk, so you're just gonna grab the nearest person. Bye!
Thanks for that.
I just don't want you to break your neck.
So after a little bit of dancing,
I kind of do, though.
there's sound of a chime, and all of the bubbles of the dance floor start lowering back down to the regular floor level.
I guess curtsy to the waiter?
It gives a little bow to you, and once the bubbles have reached the ground, it steps off and walks away.
Did you guys also think that was weird?
Who are you asking?
To, my tiny friend.
He seemed non-threatening.
I
You
trust
didn't
you.
deem this to be trouble.
Yeah. No, I trust your judgment. That's why I called you here. I trust your judgment. Okay. Let's go see what the ding-dings are happening. Malin.
Why, thank you so much for the dance, Ben. This was wonderful. Sorry.
I'm just kind of like scoop in under one of Malin's arms, just like, here we go.
And then drag the drunk away.
Come on.
Not that drunk.
Pretty plain to see that the chime is calling people towards the unveiling. Stop the music, however, you have finished your suit of battle armor.
Okay. Real quick technical question. This, the card that came up is gray,
Yes.
and my object arcanum is gray and has a cost of 1. Does that mean I can do it for free for this time, or no? It's
Yes.
enhanced. Okay. Then I definitely pull out the dude that I hid and suit him up, and he goes on the battlefield.
Nice.
Go get him, buddy.
So, just for my own sake, I will get you to make a roll to see essentially how decked out he is now.
Okay. Am I adding anything, or just
This will be based off of your intelligence.
my intellect?
Yeah, your intellect, so you can spend a penny from there if you want. And if you have any appropriate skills.
I mean, just
You might in this case.
just really my ability to make things. Tinkering.
This is definitely tinkering.
I mean, I specified clockwork in it, but this would probably be pretty close.
Close enough for me.
Okay. So that's a 1.
Because it does not matter.
Yeah, okay,
It's
all
not
right.
a clock, it's just making small.
How is a tiny suit of armor like a clock? The answer is nobody cares. Go.
Okay.
Roll dice.
Ooh,
Bad.
that's only a 3. I'm working with substandard materials here.
You're explaining that to me like if only Rachel were here, you would have
Oh,
bigger
yeah, no,
problems than a
definitely.
suit of armor.
Totally.
And that suit of armor would not work because only Rachel would grab it.
And knife it.
But yeah, you've strapped little shells to form kind of a breastplate to it. I don't know what you found to give it a weapon of sorts. It's too small to hold a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. One of those little cocktail swords.
Yes, exactly.
It's an upgrade from its toothpick.
Yeah.
Now it has a saber.
Yeah. Like, sharpen the one edge, because those things are always dull.
He wades off in his eternal war against the quiche.
Go get him.
I assume the group of you join the crowd to see the unveiling.
Yeah, for sure.
So are you just leaving him to his war, or are you still smuggling him out of here?
I mean, he's not done fighting, right?
He is waded into battle. He's still fighting.
The hors d'oeuvres tray is being held by a thought form?
Yes.
Can I just, can you follow me and just get the thought form to come along so I can do 2 things at once?
Yeah, absolutely. It just follows along.
Perfect.
Why is...
Oh, I think it's time for whatever's going down here.
Oh, yeah.
Only Rachel fishes out a little notebook and a little pencil from the front pocket of her hoodie.
Mhm.
Because Professor's not here, so she has to take notes. Actually, I'm going to take notes for Professor
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
so that the information that will be presented to Professor is precisely as it was observed by ace reporter, only Rachel. Thank you. An ace reporter, just like all my references so far have been Justice League, so I want to say Lois Lane.
I was going to say April O'Neil.
That's what I was thinking
I
too.
was torn between Lois Lane and Peter Parker.
Psh. DC.
Well,
Peter
Peter
Parker
Parker is Marvel.
Yeah.
is an adequate reporter about himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not very good. But I'm going to be honest with you, neither am I. All right. I am prepared for the unveiling.
That's a good idea. The professor will like it.
I'm sure he will.
He might be here somewhere.
So for the first time, you guys see Lord Sebatal.
Okay.
And he's a very short, round man. He only stands probably 4.5 feet, and he is almost as wide.
The penguin.
It's not dissimilar. He has little suspenders going up. He is wearing a monocle.
Yep.
Because he's a lord.
Because he's a lord, and lords wear monocles.
How else would you know?
Because he's a Batman villain.
Oswald Cobble brackets alias colon the penguin end bracket.
And he waddles out over towards the covered container and says, I journeyed far in deep into the thoughts of the blue sun, where things are abstract like in dreams, where you can learn a person's true mind. And in diving through this realm of pure thought, I have uncovered this for you today. And he, with both hands, grabs the curtain.
Can I put my sunglasses of warding on?
Yes.
I'm not quite sure what this is about to be.
And he yanks it off, and there's a glass case inside holding a scroll, and the scroll appears to be made of crystallized dreams. You can see just faint outlines the same way that you would have a hazy recollection of a dream.
Ooh.
Things that you can't quite discern floating all around the outsides of it. And at this point, they essentially take the rope that was barring people away and says, please approach in an orderly fashion and come and take a look at the newest addition to the archives of the Legacy.
So now the question is, I mean, all of the people here are arguably fancy people, but also I imagine a lot of them have been drinking. So is there sort of like somewhere between a line, but like massive amounts of pushing? Like a drunken, oh my god, I want to see, everybody runs forward sort of situation?
There isn't too much pushing, but there are a couple of people who are stuck behind Roger, who is gigantic and could not see any of this, and are trying to like push under an arm or something, but Roger will not move.
Malin reaches over and taps only Rachel on the shoulder.
What?
He waded deep, and she holds her hands up about like chest high and laughs at nothing. He waded deep into the blue sun.
I think that was a short joke.
Yes, he
I
gets it.
see.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Never confuse height with authority, Malin. That's rule number 1.
What have you written there?
Let's see. Fuck off with that fog bullshit. This guy looks like Oswald Cobblepot, brackets, alias the penguin in brackets. Haha, waddle waddle. Blue sun, where things are abstract like in dreams, blah blah blah, whatever. It's a scroll made of crystallized dreams. I see floaty shapes.
That sounds good. That sounds right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we read it and see if we can write any of it down?
Did the professor need me to explain who Oswald Cobblepot is?
Do we have space for that in your notebook?
You can always add that in the footnotes.
I wrote alias the penguin. I'm just wondering if he's going to find that patronizing.
You can see the line of people that are going up, and you do see a lumpy trench coat of people.
My favorite! My favorites!
And everybody is going up there and taking a chance to ooh and ah over it, and eventually they kind of get ushered by one of the thought forms to move along.
I'm running up to my favorite lumpy trench coat. And I say, hey, you singular guy! It's been forever!
There, you can see under the trench coat, like a little head of a deer poking out. Just like a little doe stuck in there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blow their cover. I'm like, hey, it's just one guy I know.
And it's like, only Rachel. And there's a whole little, like, whispered chorus of, is it Rachel? Yeah, only Rachel. Only Rachel.
Hey, it's my just one person friend.
Yeah, just one person here.
This is an absolutely bizarre conversation.
Are you, and I mean the singular you, having fun at this party?
Oh, yes. And there appears to be a squirrel going down one of the arms of it, who gets out and sees the light and realizes that it's gone too far and kind of scurries back
No,
up.
back in there. And Rachel kind of just like sticks a sleeve out to kind of cover a little bit. So what, are you Roger's date?
Yeah, he took us as his +1.
Wow.
Malin is now staring at the blue scroll, trying to read it, but being slightly drunk. It's like squinting and sort of one eye closed and then squinting again.
So I guess you can make a perception check.
Okay.
Here's a question. Does Malin have glasses?
Yes.
Librarian, right?
Does Malin need glasses?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Important.
Damn!
Like, you roll bad, hey.
Yes, the professor's gone.
Well, that's your fault.
So you squint at it real hard. Like dreams when you try really hard to remember them, that just makes it more difficult to see.
I also imagine I bonk my head on the glass. Dunk.
Oh.
11th Street, can you read this for the professor? Only Rachel seems to be sort of occupied.
And the little doe sticking its head out kind of glances over and says, "Who's your friend?" "Oh, us!"
Oh, this is a nature spirit I called. To keep an eye on things.
"Oh, that's great. Yeah, just talking with other nature creatures. That's cool."
This is a nature spirit. You guys are nature friends. I can't summon you guys in a bathroom with a magic circle.
Pardon me, sir. And Malin is getting pushed out of the circle. I'm going.
Oh dear. No.
I'm just going to go get back in the line.
So is my little guy winning or losing? Because if he's losing, I'm pulling him.
Alright, well, this is what Sooth cards are for, because I have no idea.
Okay.
The new card is the Dangerous Elixir. It enhances indigo magic and diminishes gray magic. And since it was placed on the gray sun, it doubly diminishes gray magic. Oh, no, I got that backwards. It's placed on the indigo sun. It doubly enhances indigo magic.
Do summons
But-
have a color?
Your summoning doesn't.
Okay.
Its value, and this is what I was using to determine whether or not your little friend did well, is a 1.
Oh.
Your ringer here is taking his little saber and he starts cutting through the quiches with it. But he seems very overconfident in his armor, and you see a toothpick get through one of the nuts, and he's flailing around.
That's right, you little fucker.
Malin casually reaches
Die.
over and takes one of the quiche corpses.
Oh, damn. I pick him up. You okay there? Oh, don't die on me.
Die.
Can I do CPR on him?
Horrible.
Tiny CPR.
Horrible. Horrible. Cat hates this. Cat, this person hates it.
Okay, you can make a roll to try to do this.
Tiny CPR?
Tell me if you're trying to use a bene from something. I don't know what this would be.
I don't know, sortilege.
You can always use sortilege.
Could be
That's an
interaction.
extra die.
You like live W.
Live, damn you, live.
Yeah, we'll do sortilege,
How
just
could you?
because.
How could you?
The only thing I was thinking was because he was a pipe fitter in Shadow, he would have some sort of first aid training, but I don't know if that applies in this case. Okay.
So, sortilege lets you roll the second die.
Right.
And be sure you can tell which one is your magic die.
Yeah, the tens. Or hundreds.
You got a 4,
A 4.
which is good enough to essentially break off the toothpick. You know it's not good to pull it out.
Take
Poor
it
little
out.
guy might not make it.
Yeah.
But you also rolled a 0 on the magic die, which means that I think we have our first of game magical flux.
Yep. Do you need this?
No, I have a printout for it in front of me.
Perfect.
Great.
Oh, damn.
Stoked.
Magical fluxes aren't like hugely bad things. They're just the little bit of magical energy you're using to try to keep this little weenie alive had an unexpected side effect, and that unexpected side effect is just going to be your outfit, everything you're wearing, turns totally gray.
Oh. Well, shit. Did anyone notice?
Yes, definitely. But something changing colors is not super weird at a party full of fancy folk. You presume there's some other Vizsla in the group?
It does that every hour or so.
Oh god, I hate it.
Is the little guy gonna make it?
He's hanging on.
Shit, I don't know. I'll put him in my pocket.
I hope you guys are taking very good care of my roomies. You know how awkward they can be.
And at this point, I'm going to draw a new... Oh, wonderful.
No, it doesn't look
That
wonderful
sounds
for
bad.
It's the unwelcome child.
Not again!
me. I remember the unwelcome child.
Curse you, bat children.
The unwelcome child means that anything Malin does has a -1 to it.
Ugh.
As it is Malin's apprentice. Also means that something disastrous happened.
Dead sausage.
Yeah, he's dying. Shit.
I mean, maybe. That's not your most pressing concern. Because the thought form waiter sitting there with his little battlefield on his tray turns and mashes the tray and the battlefield right into your face.
Oh, shit! What in the fuck?
You can go ahead and make a dodge roll.
Ooh, I think I'm actually skilled, trained in that. Yes, I have dodge 1.
What? What even is dodge?
That's a 5 total.
You get out of the way, and the little swarm of combatants goes flying through the air.
What the hell?
And in this moment, you can see a number of the thought forms have started taking whatever's on hand and just swinging at whoever's close. And we are now in action mode.
Oh, shit!
Which means that you guys... There's no initiative in this game. You all get to tell me what you're doing in whatever order you like, and then other things will happen. But you can see that there's quite a few thought forms around here. Most of them are engaged with other people in the crowd. So we're going to assume for the most part that other thought forms and other people are duking it out, have that be in the background. But for the moment, there's a waiter swinging his tray, and you can hear in the distance that the band sharply stopped playing. Who wants to go first?
I'm going to try and figure out what the hell is going on. Here are my thoughts. I am going to... Now, because they are beings that are not really rational in the sense that I, an adult human, am, and because they're behaving erratically and chaotically, does my wrangling children skill apply?
No, these aren't close enough to children.
Okay.
Also adult? Cat? Never
Question
mind.
mark?
Only Rachel is of limitless age. Only
Fair enough.
Rachel is 1,000,000 years old. Only Rachel existed before time and will exist long after our concept of time has been lost to antiquity.
What was I? Oh, right. My understanding people's motive skill and the fact that I'm good at moon nights means I have 2
You have
venture
2.
for this.
Venture of 2.
I might spend an interaction, Bene,
You can if you want to.
because I'm very good at interaction.
And then are you spending a sortilege for the second die?
I only have 1 sortilege left.
That's
Why
up to
did I
you.
give myself 2 sortilege? Yes. I'm going to roll these dice. My venture is 3. Okay, well, this did bad.
But your venture is 3, and the higher of the rolls is...
5.
Okay. You know that thought forms would never do this. They don't have the capacity to figure this out.
Yeah, I was already weirded out by these thought forms, though.
With that roll, you can figure out that someone else is influencing these thought forms.
Oh, I hate that.
But that was your turn. Who's up next?
I do the only thing that I can think of, and Malin casts Protecting Hand of the Divine.
What does that do?
That is a level 3 spell. A translucent nimbus of energy surrounds my body, granting me +1 armor. It ends when the sun next rises or sets, and it is the color invisible.
Wonderful. Are you... Now, that's one of your advanced spells. Are you going to spend the sorcery to hold on to it so you can
Sure
cast
am.
it again?
Yes.
It's its level in
Oh,
sorcery.
that's fine.
There's this aura of energy coming off of you, and now any damage that's dealt to is reduced by 1.
So I look over. Can I see Malin and Rachel?
Yes, you can see them. They're both separated in the crowd. So everyone right now is... I'll say that you're a short distance from Malin and a long distance from only Rachel.
Okay. I'll move over to Malin.
Okay.
And I'll say, I think party's over. We better grab Rachel. And I'll, grab
Did
her.
you change your outfit?
Never mind. And I'll grab her by the arm and try and drag her through the crowd towards Rachel and just, football style,
Nice.
start knocking people out of the way.
Okay, so you can go ahead and make a physicality roll.
I will definitely spend a physicality for that. Let's use the red die. That seems appropriate. Ooh, that's 2 total.
Now does it seem approved?
Nope.
You start pushing into the crowd, and then you realize that you ended up pushing up against Roger, and he does not move.
Oh, fuck.
He is gigantic, and you are small.
Actually, that's perfect.
Now, it goes to Bad Things' turns.
Mm-hmm.
A few things happen in fairly short order to each other. 1, all of the lights go out.
Do they go back on again repeatedly as a gesture alerting us all to be quiet and listen to teacher? Because I'm familiar with that.
Not yet. Maybe next round?
Okay, good. Excellent.
No, it's the cheat throwing a light switch rave.
Nice.
You hear the sounds of the band approaching.
Oh, I hate that.
You hear the sounds of shattering glass.
That I like a little more.
We'll say that Malin gets to make a dodge roll. So this is based off of movement, and if you have any skills related to avoiding getting hit.
I have moving objects.
Not this one.
God.
So
You
that's
rolled bad.
a 1 on the die, and you currently have -2, so that's a -1.
Show is.
Well, that's not enough.
Weird.
Oh.
You feel the connection of something metal, and you would take 3 physical damage. It's reduced by 1 from your armor, so you can take 2. Fills in 2 boxes of injury.
Okay.
If you receive a 3rd injury, you'll take a wound. 3 wounds and you die.
So glad I had that.
Okay.
And then we go back to the party.
Only Rachel is going to grab Erish and usher them back to their house. Because I'm assuming they're very frightened.
Yes, absolutely. And the swarm inside is having trouble agreeing on which way to go.
You know what? I remember where Roger is, and this is something I'm fucking excellent at.
This is, in fact, wrangling children.
This is wrangling children. So I'm going to... You know what? I'm just gonna be a fucking gamer about it and get all the way to the 3 by spending an interaction, Bene.
Mhm.
And just be like, okay, guys, stay calm. Remember that Roger's right over there. I'm gonna help you get to your house.
Okay.
You're gonna
You
be
can
safe
go
with
ahead and
Roger.
roll because Erish is a higher level than 3. I wrote it stats.
Nice. And like, I'm gonna call out to Roger to see if I can get a response and help guide Roger's horrible children. 9 total.
Yeah, absolutely. The swarm kind of abandons its trench coat because they run faster separately. It's really awkward for them to move around like that.
Super awkward. Luckily, it's dark.
Luckily, it's dark. And their individual forms have no problem pushing through the crowd. They're so little, they just weave between folks. And they start scampering in, well, you don't get to see this part, but yeah, they end up scampering inside Roger's chest cavity.
All right. I safely... And, hey, now I'm right here.
Right on. I will, 11th Street, will pull out his memento, which happens to be his lighter.
Yep.
And try and light it so he can see a little bit.
Yeah, it clicks on, and you can see the surrounding area. You can see the group of you are there. Roger's right next to you. There's a bunch of small woodland creatures crawling into his chest.
Erish.
Thought form waiter that was there is still swinging his tray around, even though there's nothing on it, and it seems like it just connected with Malin.
Rachel has scooped up a bunny. He's helping the bunny into Roger.
I look at Roger and very briefly consider trying to set him on
How
fire.
fucking dare you? How dare you?
Very briefly, but there's kids inside, so maybe not. And I saw the thought form hit Malin, or I probably would have heard it too, right?
You would have heard it, and Malin's glowing slightly from the enchanted armor.
Right.
So yeah, you saw a connection happen.
A thought form is solid, yes? Like it has a
Yes,
physical presence?
it has a physical presence.
Can I boot this thought form to try and get it away?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's not use that die that failed me before.
So I'll let you either do physicality or accuracy.
Can I spend one of each?
No.
Okay. We'll spend an accuracy then. Because this is more about knocking him away than hurting it? I don't know. Oh, for fuck's sake.
So
Two
there's
total.
one from there and one from there, and you slam into this thought form, but it doesn't have the same kind of weight distribution that an actual person does.
Right.
You hit it and it's like, yeah, this should totally knock it back, and it just kind of like shunts over sideways.
Oh, shit. I would have let go of Malin to do the kick too, by the way.
Yep.
Kind of hard to do when you're hanging on.
I guess I get up and attempt to move closer to only Rachel.
You guys
And
are
Roger.
already in close range.
Yeah, but just like away from the waiter,
Okay.
as he has struck me.
So you're going to try to essentially get the others
Sort of in between.
in between. Yeah.
This story is no longer fun.
Losing money, that's okay. Taking a whack, that's less okay.
Yeah, getting hit on the head.
You can hear all sorts of screams from the crowd. You can hear the band has arrived now. It's hard to see things. The light from the lighter is casting all sorts of shadows all over the place.
Yeah.
But one of the members of the crowd casts something, and you can now see the sun in the sky through the ceiling. This is clearly just magic. It is not actually daytime right now.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
But you see like the glowing ball that is the sun just kind of hanging out just below the ceiling.
Is it a particular color?
Well, you guys are in indigo, so yeah, it is
Indigo.
a purpley sun.
Crazy.
In that moment, you can see that with the band approaching, some of the bubbles that were projecting from their instruments are now engulfing people and sending them floating off.
Uh-oh.
The waiter is still around and will go ahead and this time try to take a crack at only Rachel.
No,
So you can make a dodge roll.
I can. 6 is my total.
You get out of the way of this thing. It's
How dare
obviously not made for combat. It's not made for anything except holding a tray.
Ask it how it dares.
It doesn't respond. You can also see at this point that the shattering glass had been the case holding the legacy item, and it's currently missing.
Dramatic.
So, I forgot to do this last round, but usually at the top of a round we draw a new Sooth card. And we have the Revolutionary.
Oh, shit.
Actually, this one is probably very good for you.
Yeah, I know. It's just a real fucking cool looking card. Like, that was a reaction to how rad that card looks. Looks like an album cover.
So, the Revolutionary, one of its meanings is about solving problems with violence.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That is appropriate.
I'm on it.
And I just need to figure out whose house it belongs to.
Yeah, the Sovereign?
It is the Secrets family.
That's me.
So you have +2 to anything you attempt.
F this S.
The -1 from the unwelcome child isn't there anymore.
Now I just have regular -1.
And then we go to you guys.
So, the case is smashed. There's no one around it?
I mean, there's lots of people around it.
Okay, is the crowd moving in any one direction, or is it just chaos?
It's chaos. Nobody knows where anything is, or at the very least it's hard to determine who knows what's going on and who's just trying to get out.
Yeah, I think it's time to leave, ladies.
Absolutely.
I grab a big old piece of broken glass from the shattered case.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for the shit. I'm gonna knife a guy. Don't think I won't. Here you go, roomies. You want one?
Sure, thanks.
I do pass 11th straight also. Malin can't have one. Malin's wasted. Malin.
Ouch. I've also been struck by a bloody...
That doesn't unchampagne your blood, but
So this conversation goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I shank a thought form and then start, plowing my way through the crowd?
Yeah,
Towards the exit?
I'll let you go for it. So, shanking a thought form is an accuracy roll.
Okay.
yay.
I'm feeling sprightly because of the Revolutionary. 4 + 2?
Yeah, so you take your shard of broken glass and you jam it into this being. It ends up taking 2 points, or 2 injury. This kind of, energy starts pouring out of the wound, and he starts deflating a little bit.
Yeah, shift's over, asshole.
And then, to push your way through the crowd towards the exit will be another physicality roll.
We'll spend a banana for that. 3.
Oh, I hate that. Bad.
Nope. That's a 0.
You just can't get through a crowd.
Nope, apparently not. It's fucking Rogers, always in the way.
Everything's lined up for you, and then you just thump, just smack into the closest person to you and don't make any distance.
I guess that's a 3 total, but
Yes.
not much progress.
That's what you get for calling it a banana.
Yeah.
That's what you deserve.
Melon?
I attempt to run towards the door. Or at least where the mouth door is.
Oh no, I forgot how
Yeah.
much I hate that.
So you can make either a movement roll or a physicality roll.
Let's try movement again. Spend a Benny. And I roll a fracking 2.
And that is not... Well, you start moving in that direction, but the crowd is badly impeding you guys.
Shocking.
Yeah.
On to the bad guys, because your turn, or only Rachel's turn, was grabbing shards of broken glass and doling them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My previous turn was helping woodland creatures.
Priorities.
Yep.
So at this point, you see Roger reach over and grab the thought form waiter in one of his gigantic tree arms and just kind of fling him and see him go scattering towards a wall.
He's a grouchy old coot, but he's fucking cool. Roger's cool.
And then he just starts stomping his way towards the exit.
Bye, guys! Bye!
At this point, Kira has gone, "Oh, we should go!" and starts flying off.
I'm right behind you! Yeah,
This is what we're here for!
It's true, that is Kira's job.
Yep.
The DM totally remembered us!
Excellent.
Can't fly in the dark.
But now the band has arrived.
I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see people floating up in these little bubbles, and then one of them takes an oboe and just crashes it into somebody. I hate it.
Oboes are good for that.
I don't like it at all. And I will get. This time we'll pick on you. One of the band is taking a swing at you.
Violin!
So this is a dodge, which I have.
They are performing violence.
1 point.
Boo! Infinite boo.
So I've got a +3 on my roll.
Yep.
Okay. So that's an 8
Yeah.
plus 3.
So you absolutely clobber the number they're going for.
Yeah.
So there's like a saxophone that goes swinging by you.
What's the difference between a saxophone and a chainsaw? You can tune a chainsaw, asshole! And I throw it back.
What? Seriously, what?
So
I'm a band geek at heart, so I'm sorry.
I trust that someone somewhere will get that.
Hopefully.
Okay.
That person was not in this room.
Nope.
How do you tune a chainsaw?
Well, oil it up.
Tune up.
Tune up. Yeah.
Like a car.
Like a fish?
Okay. It's a new round, so we draw a new card. This time we have the Savage Sword.
Oh.
Once again, cards about doing violence to things.
Nice.
This is enhancing red magic, and it's on the red sun, so it's double enhancing red magic.
Okay.
It's diminishing blue magic.
Okay, well.
So now is not a time for subtlety, now is a time for hitting shit. That's what the Savage Sword lets you know.
Fucking excellent.
Yep.
What would James Bond? Guns. I don't have them.
I don't have them either.
I didn't prepare them.
You didn't bring a gun to a cocktail fight?
Fancy cup party? I continue following Roger now to leave. He looks like he's going for the door, and I want to go for the door. And it seems like this is the best possible option.
Did the waiter that got flung, did he drop his hors d'oeuvres platter?
He dropped the platter, yeah. The hors d'oeuvres are already scattered
they're
off
gone
somewhere.
Can I pick up the platter and, use it as a shield?
Yes.
And if we're making a train with Roger in the front, can I be at the back and, batting away shit?
Absolutely. So you guys are forming a train and heading for the exit.
Choo-choo. Okay. So the giant champagne swan.
So you look over, and the champagne swan is now fully formed. It also appears to be flapping its little wings. And by little, I mean regular swan-sized wings.
There has to be a way to use that in combat. It's too perfect.
I could summon a Satan into it.
That's something you can do.
That'd be a bad life choice.
Can you control the Satan?
Oh no.
Oh.
I defo can't do that. You don't control Satans.
Do you have to?
Only enough not to get murdered.
I suppose.
Yeah, that part's
No,
important.
I think that the party's making a run for it. I cast a longing look at the swan as if to say, someday I'm going to fill you with demon energy.
Nice.
It's not a jizz thing, Lisa. Is demon energy what you call human semen?
Well, it might be in the actuality.
Horrible.
So you guys make a break for it, with Roger leading the way, and Roger is more than capable of clearing a path.
Yeah.
When you're on your way out, you've reached the door, you've managed to push past where the band was. You catch a glimpse of a couple of thought forms near the dance floor that have managed to pin Bend. It seems that thought forms are more capable of touching it. Do you guys head for the exit? At this point, I'm going to draw a new card for the new round, because we're still in action mode.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the Messiah. The Messiah is the defender of visions. Who's the Visions family?
Visions is empath, apparently.
Okay, then the Messiah gives +1 to anything that only Rachel does.
It's good, because I was about to go just be a very cool superhero. I don't think I can persuade Roger to go over there. That would be... If anyone can, it's me.
I have stats for how hard it is to persuade Roger to do a thing.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Do it. You have to save my friend. Please.
He's a stubborn sort.
Are there carts?
Sure. We'll say that...
Like drink cards?
Yes. That one of the thought forms had previously been pushing on a drink cart and abandoned it when the fighting started.
Great. I get on one. And I just fucking skateboard myself at full speed into these thought forms. Ramming speed.
Alright. You can roll movement. Normally this would be an accuracy thing, but I think movement because of how it's being portrayed.
Vroom vroom! Fast and the Furious! I'm spending a Bene.
Yes.
I'm spending a Ben Franklin. And I'm,
Oh, actually, that gives you 1 from the moon, 1 from your Bene, and 1 for the Messiah. 3 is the target. You don't need to roll.
if I roll, can I do very, very, very good? Because I do want to smoke them. I just really want to fucking plaster them.
Then we'll say that the Bene isn't adding you a +1, you're using a Bene for effect.
Okay. So first I roll the die.
Yes. Then first you roll the die.
Oh, that's an 8 on the die.
Yes. Then you can spend a Bene for effect.
Yeah. Okay. So that's I just fucking smoke them.
So yeah, you crash into them, and the crash is a little bit awkward because they're pinning Bend, and when one of the wheels of the cart touches Bend, it sort of sinks in. But you have enough momentum that you're not going through, you're skipping over.
I do shout, "Get in, nerd!"
The thought forms go scattering over there. While you're doing that, make me a perception check.
Okay. She says. Actually, I'm adding 2 to it, because...
1 for the moon and 1 for the Messiah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm the hero of this. I've realized how many, many, many Ben Franklins I have. I'm starting to understand the rhythm of this game, I think. That's a total of 10. That's 7 and 3 Ben Franklins.
Okay.
3 venture.
You can see at this point in the distance, and only a little bit, the frame is so awkward to look at from here. But you can see someone holding the scroll somewhere on the other side of Bend.
Oh, you've been used as an escape route, nerd.
And you two want to take any actions? Bend is safe at this point. You can just make it to the exit if that's where you're headed.
But Rachel careened off.
Yep.
Yes.
I fucking clobbered them. I smoked them.
Yeah.
I Grand Theft Auto'd the shit out of them. I crazy taxied them all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Make some crazy money.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna make some crazy money.
What are some other games about hitting people with cars?
Grand
You
Theft
could
Auto.
Red Dead Redemption then. I did recently hit a person with a cart, and they went flying. That is a thing that they do.
Now, you know, that won't be topical by the time people hear this.
Yes.
You could there's probably lots of gameplay in that game.
Madeline, get yourself to safety, and I take off after Rachel. What in the hell? And I try and you know what? You're pretty small. Can I just throw her over my shoulder?
I'm still in the cart.
Yeah, on the cart?
Yeah.
Has the cart stopped moving, though?
The cart stopped moving when it crashed into a few things.
I shouted, "Get in, nerd," at Bend. You could just, wheel it. I'm defo on this mobile cart, and
Okay.
you're right, I don't weigh much.
Is Bend getting on the cart? I guess that would...
Yeah, we'll say that Bend is crawling into the lower spot on the cart.
Sure, I guess I'll grab the cart and I'll start pushing it.
Whee!
Okay, we will break from action mode here.
Okay.
As you guys make your way towards the door, and the lips as you approach it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I was just thinking that when Roger leaves, it's like
I-
Ace Ventura.
I hate the
Yeah.
waveform. I'm looking at the waveform of the sound you made. I hate it.
You guys find yourself safe out on the streets, and that's where we're going to close tonight's session.
Woo!
Yeah, because the professor can show up outside.
Oh,
And Grizz pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
At the end of the session, we get to do our character summaries.
yeah.
So is there anyone who would like to go first? Does anyone need a recap of what a character summary entails?
I can go first, I think. I think I'm good.
It's
I think if I do it wrong, then it's just going to be kind of me being a rebel, and it's not going to look like I don't know what I'm doing. And that's kind of, you guys can play off of that to establish your own confidence going forward.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like only Rachel has taken a stride toward the goal of solving a mystery, and it's one she super don't like. Because she was already uncomfortable with the notion of an unidentifying person sending her "I'm looking at you" letters. And now, definitely, she's put two and two together that an unidentified person was controlling the thought forms. And doesn't like that, does not like that, hates it. But aside from that, Rachel had a pretty good night. She got to she got to raise hell. She got to go for a cart ride. Some hell was raised without her help. Much was raised with it.
You successfully summoned a spirit. First time in the podcast you've done that.
Yes, it's true. A very good spirit who I like.
Yes, you can take 2 acumen for furthering your goal.
Thank you.
And you can take a joy for the session.
Yay. Okay.
Who wants to go next?
I will go next. Malin was, I want to say, arguably uncomfortable going into this. There's a lot of people. She's not really comfortable in a crowd. So we went in and it was good. She got a little drunk. That was great. There were tiny hors d'oeuvres that were fighting. Everything was really, really good. Right up until she got hit with a platter, and it's no longer fun. I mean, as far as moving forward, there was a really cool story. There were lots of really cool stories. There were people here who knew her potato neighbor. She danced with a gentleman. We saved the gentleman. So I feel like good story. Getting hit with a tray will ruin a night.
So in this case, I'm going to give you an acumen for continuing your make a friend quest.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bend seems like another candidate for friendship. Right now, you need to zero in on a person to
Friend up.
To friend up. I am going to give you a joy for the session because of the dance with Bend and the which card was it at the time? The whispering lover showing up while you guys were dancing.
Yes.
Was just too good.
And I mean, you did get wasted, and that's never a bad night.
Mm-hmm. So as far as me, the only good thing that happened was I got to whittle something.
Mm-hmm.
That was okay. The rest of the night sucked. Roger was there.
That's true.
The ladies were out of fucking control. Malin got hurt. I couldn't push my way through a crowd to save anyone's life.
You did bad.
Someone stole the stupid thing before I even got a chance to look at it.
I know where they went, though.
I didn't get a chance to set Roger on fire. Did I mention that one already?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just basically all bad.
Yeah, you can definitely take a despair for this one.
Yeah.
And
no progress.
And I don't think you've made any progress towards it.
Nope.
Everyone can receive an additional 2 acumen for getting through the party.
Okay. So Rachel also very much enjoyed getting to be a hero. Rachel saved Erish, helped Erish get home. Rachel helped Bet. Rachel's pretty boss. She's yeah, I'm basically Superman.
The card thing was cool.
That was super fun.
It's not that I didn't want to do stuff. It's that I kept rolling ones.
You did roll
Right.
a lot of ones.
And you had penalties stacking up against you. It was rough.
Yeah.
Not a good night for everyone. There was some fun had before chaos reigned. In any case, next time we'll pick up, let's say, 2 weeks in the future when the group reunites. In-game, it will then be January 24th.
Does it take Professor that long to get back?
I will discuss with the professor about that.
Oh, here are my notes. You can just kind of hand those
Wonderful.
To Dave.
But first, the next thing that we post should probably be a development mode scene where we see what happened with the professor during this gap. Aside from that, thank you, Terrence, for joining us this evening.
Thanks, Terrence.
Thanks, Terrence.
Bye!